Welcome to this tutorial on programming the ESP32 Devkit using Arduino IDE. In this video, we will explore the ESP32 Devkit, its features, and how to program it using the Arduino IDE. The ESP32 Devkit is a powerful development board based on the ESP32 microcontroller. It offers a wide range of features, making it suitable for various IoT and embedded projects. With its dual-core processor, built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities, and extensive set of peripherals, the ESP32 Devkit provides a versatile platform for developing innovative applications. To program the ESP32 Devkit, we will be using the Arduino IDE. It's a user-friendly integrated development environment specifically designed for Arduino boards, but it also supports the ESP32 Devkit. It simplifies the programming process with its intuitive interface, easy-to-use functions, and a large community of developers. Arduino IDE provides a familiar environment for beginners, and it offers a vast collection of libraries and example codes that can be utilized to kickstart your ESP32 projects. By using Arduino IDE for programming the ESP32 Devkit, you can leverage its simplicity and compatibility to quickly get started with your projects. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced developer, Arduino IDE provides a seamless development experience. It offers a familiar programming language based on C, making it accessible to a wide range of developers. Additionally, Arduino IDE provides a straightforward process for uploading code to the ESP32 Devkit, allowing you to focus on exploring the capabilities of the microcontroller and building your applications. In the next sections of this video, we will guide you through the steps of setting up the Arduino IDE for ESP32, connecting the ESP32 Devkit to your computer, installing the necessary libraries, and uploading your first code to make the onboard LED blink. So let's get started and dive into the world of ESP32 Devkit programming with Arduino IDE. Setting up the Arduino IDE for ESP32. Before we can start programming the ESP32 Devkit using Arduino IDE, we need to set up the IDE and install the necessary tools. If you haven't installed Arduino IDE yet, you can download it from the official Arduino website, arduino.cc, and follow the installation instructions specific to your operating system. Once you have the Arduino IDE installed, the next step is to install the ESP32 board support package. This package allows the Arduino IDE to communicate with and program the ESP32 microcontroller. To install the ESP32 board support package, we'll need to add a URL to the additional boards manager URLs in the Arduino IDE preferences. To do this, open the Arduino IDE and go to File to Preferences. In the Preferences window, you'll find a text box labeled Additional Boards Manager URLs. Click on the right side of the text box to open it, and then paste the following URL into the text box. Click OK to save the preferences. Now we need to install the ESP32 boards libraries using the Boards Manager. To access the Boards Manager, go to Tools, to Boards Manager. In the Boards Manager window, type ESP32 in the search bar. You should see an entry called ESP32 by Espressif Systems. Click on it and then click the Install button. The installation process may take a few moments, so be patient. Once the installation is complete, you can close the Boards Manager window. Congratulations, you have successfully set up the Arduino IDE for programming the ESP32 Devkit. You now have access to the ESP32 boards within the Arduino IDE, and you can start creating and uploading code to the ESP32. In the next section, we will explore how to connect the ESP32 Devkit to your computer and select the correct board and port settings in the Arduino IDE. So let's move on to the next step of this tutorial. Connecting ESP32 Devkit to your computer. Once you have set up the Arduino IDE for programming the ESP32 Devkit, the next step is to connect the Devkit board to your computer. The ESP32 Devkit supports different programming methods, and depending on your specific board, you may have different options for connecting it. ESP32 Devkit are sold with different programmers on board. These are such as CP2102, CH340G, and CH9102. I recommend using boards with CP2102 programmer. It does not require a separate driver to be installed on the computer. For other types of programmer, you need to download and install the driver. Installing the drivers will ensure that your computer recognizes the ESP32 Devkit when it is connected via USB. To connect the ESP32 Devkit to your computer, you will need a USB cable with a compatible connector. Most ESP32 Devkit boards use a micro USB or a USB-C connector. Plug one end of the USB cable into the corresponding port on the Devkit board and the other end into an available USB port on your computer. Once the ESP32 Devkit is connected, we need to ensure that the correct port is selected in the Arduino IDE. This is important for establishing communication between the Arduino IDE and the Devkit board. To select the correct port, go to Tools, Port in the Arduino IDE menu. Select the appropriate port in the Arduino IDE. Its name will appear at the bottom right of the Arduino IDE window. And now you are ready to start uploading code to the ESP32 Devkit. Ensuring the correct port selection is crucial, as it allows the Arduino IDE to establish a communication link with the board and successfully upload your programs. ESP32 Blink example. Now that we have the ESP32 Devkit connected to the Arduino IDE, let's explore a simple example to get started with programming. The Blink example is a classic Arduino example that demonstrates how to control an LED by blinking it on and off. This example will help you understand the basic structure of an Arduino sketch and how to upload it to the ESP32 Devkit. To open the Blink example in the Arduino IDE, go to File, Examples, Basics, Blink. This will open the Blink example sketch in a new window. The Blink example code consists of two essential functions, setup and loop. The setup function is called once when the ESP32 starts. It is used to initialize any necessary settings or variables. In the Blink example, we set the LED pin as an output in the setup function using the pinMode function. The loop function is where the main program logic resides. It is executed repeatedly in an infinite loop. In the Blink example, we use the digital write function to turn the LED on and off with a specified delay using the delay function. This creates the blinking effect. For the sketch to work correctly, we need to replace the LED built-in constant with the number of the controller pin to which the system LED is connected. That is, the number 2. Now the sketch is ready for upload. Configuring the board and uploading the code. After opening the desired example or creating your own code in the Arduino IDE, the next step is to configure the board settings and upload the code to the ESP32 Devkit. Let's go through the necessary steps to ensure a successful upload. Firstly, make sure you have selected the correct board in the Arduino IDE. To do this, go to Tools, Board. From the drop-down menu, scroll down and select the appropriate board entry for your ESP32 Devkit. It might be labeled as ESP32 Dev Module or similar, depending on the specific board variant you are using. Selecting the correct board ensures that the IDE compiles the code specifically for the ESP32 architecture. Next, ensure that the correct port is selected in the Arduino IDE. Go to Tools, Port, and select the port that corresponds to your ESP32 Devkit. Selecting the correct port establishes the communication link between the Arduino IDE and the Devkit, allowing the code to be uploaded successfully. In some cases, you may need to adjust additional settings depending on your project requirements. For example, you might want to modify the CPU frequency or upload speed. To access these settings, go to Tools, Board, and select the appropriate board entry again. Here, you will find options to adjust the CPU frequency and other settings if needed. However, it's important to note that the default settings should work fine for most projects, and modifying them is typically not necessary. And Option Programmer should be empty here. Once you have configured the board settings, you are ready to upload the code to the ESP32 Devkit. Click on the Upload button, the right arrow icon, in the Arduino IDE toolbar. The IDE will compile the code, and if everything is set up correctly, it will upload the code to the ESP32 Devkit. You can monitor the progress in the status bar at the bottom of the Arduino IDE. Once the upload is complete, you should see a Done Uploading message. After uploading, the code will start running on the ESP32 Devkit. You can now observe the behavior of your program, whether it's blinking an LED, reading sensor data, or performing any other desired functionality. Exploring additional examples and functionalities. Now that you have successfully verified the blinking LED on the ESP32 Devkit, let's explore some additional examples that you can experiment with. After you have selected the ESP32 board in the settings, examples of sketches specifically for this controller will appear in the examples. Here you will find examples of programs for working with Bluetooth, EEPROM, various options for using a microcontroller in a Wi-Fi network. There are also examples of working with the library for timers. That is, many libraries and examples are already installed along with the software kernel under ESP32, which is very convenient. Remember, each example comes with its own code, which you can modify and customize to suit your specific project requirements. Feel free to experiment, combine functionalities, or build upon these examples to create your own unique projects. Conclusion and final thoughts. As we conclude this tutorial on programming the ESP32 Devkit using the Arduino IDE, let's recap the steps we have covered and highlight some final thoughts. Throughout this video, we have explored the ESP32 and its features, discussed the Arduino IDE as the chosen programming environment, and learned how to set up the IDE for ESP32 development. We have also covered the process of connecting the ESP32 to your computer, selecting the correct board and port, and uploading the code to the board. We walked through the blink example and verifying the blinking LED. Furthermore, we delved into configuring the board, exploring additional examples and functionalities, and showcased the simplicity of programming the ESP32 Devkit using the Arduino IDE. The Arduino IDE provides a user-friendly and intuitive platform for programming the ESP32. Its vast library of examples, combined with the ease of use, allows beginners and experienced developers alike to dive into ESP32 development without extensive knowledge of low-level programming. Arduino IDE abstracts away much of the complexity, making it accessible to a wider audience. Now that you have gained a solid foundation in programming the ESP32 Devkit, it's time to unleash your creativity and start experimenting. The ESP32 offers an incredible range of possibilities for projects spanning from home automation and robotics to IoT applications and sensor monitoring systems. With the knowledge you have acquired, you are well equipped to build your own projects, customize existing examples, and explore the vast ecosystem of libraries and resources available for ESP32 development. Remember, learning through hands-on experimentation is key to mastering the ESP32 Devkit. Don't be afraid to push the boundaries, make mistakes, and learn from them. Engage with the community, join forums, and seek inspiration from other developers working with the ESP32. I hope this tutorial has provided you with a valuable introduction to programming the ESP32 Devkit using the Arduino IDE. Feel free to check out other videos on this channel. I will be grateful for the support, like, and comment under the video. Happy coding and best of luck with your ESP32 adventures.